Appetite for Destruction isn't just a classic. It's the landmark that redefined hard rock in the late 80s. From the moment Welcome to the Jungle blasts through your speakers, you're hit with raw, dirty, intense energy. A sonic punch that shook the music world. But here's the bombshell. Guns N' Roses almost released an album so massive, it was meant to be a double album. That's right, even before their debut officially came out, the band already had more than enough material. Demos of songs like November Rain and Don't Cry were circulating as early as 1986 during the Sound City sessions. These songs were epic, emotional, complex, and fully ready to steal the spotlight.
When I look into your eyes, I can see love restrained.
In fact, studio versions of these tracks can be heard on the Appetite for Destruction Deluxe Edition, released years later by the band. And it wasn't due to a lack of talent that these songs were left out. It was a strategic decision. With Sweet Child of Mine already offering an emotional tone, adding another massive ballad like November Rain might have distracted from the raw, aggressive street band vibe they wanted the debut to deliver. On top of that, Axl always made it clear he wanted something big, orchestral for November Rain. The song was heavily inspired by two iconic tracks, Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue, which planted the idea of piano-driven composition in Axl's mind, and Elton John's Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, an artist Axl deeply admired. With such powerful inspiration, November Rain deserved its own spotlight, not to be overshadowed by the massive success of Sweet Child of Mine. That was one of the key reasons the label held it back. The band, along with Geffen Records, chose to keep the record tight, focused, and cohesive. A street-hardened, unapologetic rock record, Axl Rose, already envisioning November Rain as a grand masterpiece, decided to save it for the right moment.
When I look into your eyes.
And that moment arrived in 1991 with the release of the ambitious Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. That's when all those shelved ideas finally came to life. November Rain, You Could Be Mine, Back Off Bitch, all born during the Appetite era, but only unleashed when Guns was ready to go epic. It was a brilliant move. Keep Appetite lean and mean, then deliver the grandiosity when the world was ready for it. Separating the raw from the refined, the gritty from the cinematic. That's what made both eras truly legendary. So yes, there was a double album hiding inside Appetite for Destruction, but it was restraint that made the debut unforgettable and patience that made its follow-up iconic. And in my honest opinion, that was the best decision the band ever made. Not only did it save a legendary moment for the future, paving the way for the triumph of Use Your Illusion and its massive world tour, but it also gave Appetite the chance to become the best-selling debut album of all time. Something that would have been nearly impossible with a double album that competed against itself. In fact, I like to imagine what could have happened if the Illusions had followed the same strategy, condensed into a single album of 14 killer tracks, blending Appetite-era classics like Back Off Bitch, Yesterday's Don't Cry, You Could Be Mine, Bad Obsession, and placing them alongside massive productions like November Rain and Estranged, all sequenced strategically. That could have been an album to rival Appetite in both legacy and sales. Maybe the band would have reached even greater heights, but that's a topic for another video. This is the story behind one of the smartest creative decisions in rock history. And maybe now, you'll never hear Appetite for Destruction the same way again. So what about you? Did you know this bit of rock history? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching until the end. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one.